Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce.
The way they've played, I don't think anyone wants to face this team right now. They've been playing beautiful basketball during this streak.
Boy, they certainly look comfortable out there, and they're also having fun. There is incredible team chemistry right now.
Oh, a high flyer. Collins playing above the rim and then coming down with force.
Murray deciding where to go with it. Pass to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Johnson. Sends it home from three-point land. And down the stretch of a long regular season here, Grant, this is where teams' training staffs earn their keep.
Absolutely. I mean, teams are so much more advanced than they were when I came into the league. The science, the technology, of course, the medical care, all of it being applied at the highest of levels.
Now here's Markkanen, putting up 23 points per game. He's proved how reliable a threat he is. To the paint. For three, Hunter with the rebound. Left side, Bogdanovich. Okongwu inside. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Atlanta ball. Bogdanovich from long range. Another three for Atlanta.
And this is why Bogdanovich is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
Pass to Dunn. Collins outside. And the ball out of play. The Hawks will have it.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
This mismatch is how you can take advantage of it.
4-point game. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, they had some trouble with this team last year, splitting the season series.
Back to Murray. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
3 out of 3, perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
Inside. Looking to end the run.
That's the only thing you give up.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Outside Bogdanovich. Outside Hunter.
Space out, space out.
Okongwu up top. Uncovered. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
Doris, have you seen those Lowry Bird nicknames being thrown around for Markkanen?
I have not, BA, but really, if you think about both the size of Lowry,
come on, you're too
the
big for
position
that,
he
buddy.
plays, the numbers he's starting to generate, and obviously the shooting, you could see some general comparison to Larry Bird. And give Lowry credit. I mean, he stepped up and started to deliver in a big way.
Here's Murray. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game. Pass to Hunter.
The spacing is ridiculous.
They kick it out to Murray. Now Hunter. Outside Murray. 5 to shoot. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Johnson. The kick to Hunter. Here's Murray. Let's go with a three. He drops it from range. Murray's got 5.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Collins. Atlanta with the rebound.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Here's Murray.
Space out, space out.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's Sexton. He's scoreless.
Give me that. Thank you.
Hunter. And they're on the break. Outside Bogdanovich. 51
I like that
seconds
shot.
left in the first quarter. Fires from deep. Another three for Atlanta.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And that one's good. Markkanen.
And how about the response by Markkanen?
Yeah, but like
Made
that.
3 on one end. He comes right back for his own team. Love it.
Hunter can't get it to go.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Shoots. Kessler, no good.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Murray inside. Back to Hunter. Takes a three. Shot clock at 5. The three, Sexton. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hawks ahead, up 9. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hawks.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
And Graham, despite the lack of a superstar offensive weapon, the Jazz, one of the more efficient offenses.
Yeah, B.A. In 2 areas where they separate themselves, they shoot a ton of threes, and they do a really good job tracking down those long rebounds on the offensive glass.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Lauri Markkanen has become
Damn,
the
that was all,
scorer
really?
for the Jazz. Coach Will Hardy said, quote, "It's not easy going from being a role player to being the guy. There's an emotional part of being counted on like this, and he's handled it very well. To have the evolution that he has had is something that he should be very, very proud of." Brian?
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Allie. Good stuff there.
It's not just the decision-making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Here's Forrest. No made baskets yet. To the inside. Matthews. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
This is how you force a defense to collapse. Kick the ball right inside.
Here's Horton Tucker. And it's all from three-point range. And here's Capella. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They held a 12-point lead earlier. To the middle. Here's Fernando. And he jams it home with authority.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Big man center.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over.
Bruno Fernando, actually. Some starters. Brazilian, I believe. Whip it real hard. Look at the song.
All right, the Jazz make making a change here. And Grant, you talked about it early in your playing days, blaming yourself for the Pistons not winning. Talk about that pressure on the best player to deliver wins.
Well, B.A., the pressure's real. And it's tough to keep perspective and just control what you can control. When you're tasked with leading a team to victory, you expect it first and foremost from yourself.
Here's Forrest. Still no points.
We're running out of
Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
On defense, the Jazz. Trailing by 8. Pass to Forrest. Clock at 6. Here's Matthews. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. To the left wing. And here's Collins for 3. Fernando grabs the miss.
Good job holding it down.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Forrest. There's the drive. And it's Capella with the jam.
Another dunk in the career of Clint Capella, and he's got a lot of them.
2 minutes remaining.
Okay.
The
bench is atrocious.
157 left to play in the second
Which is
quarter.
all right.
Here's Dunn. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely
I might
done
put
there.
Hunter in the bench.
Pass to Fernando. Here's Forrest. Down low. Here's Matthews. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
They have
I'm gonna have to
no
keep running plays for this kid now.
That one goes in.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers, Dunn showing great vision.
Here's Forrest. No points yet.
Nice, good switch.
Pass to Matthews.
That's off.
Kept alive. Utah trailing
You
here.
just gotta hold it down to my bench.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
His first personal foul.
The 3-ball is part of JC's game, but I like Collins the most inside.
So for the Hawks.
2 shots.
Second free throw, no good. Atlanta with the ball. They held a 12-point lead earlier. They kick it out to Murray. Pass to Okongwu. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Okongwu's got his second basket.
And that's true unselfishness right there. Murray, outstanding
I got 2 of them
feed
left.
to the open teammate.
Collins with it. Shoots over Johnson.
Triangle's gone.
The Jazz again can't hit.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock.
I made this thing.
Back to Hunter.
Pump fake.
Shakes him. And the layup is up and in.
I mean, just keep scoring like that. I don't
Now
know.
an 11-point Hawks lead.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And that'll do it for the first half of play. The Hawks on top, up 11. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
That song is horrible. The one that's playing.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And Doris, we've seen Lauri Markkanen reach new heights as of late.
We have BA, and remember, early in his career, you saw flashes of what was the potential here. Everyone knew Lauri had talent. It's amazing when you find the right situation and then start to consistently play at a high level nightly. The confidence through the roof.
I saw that kid was playing with me. The one that was giving me trouble. That one game.
Here's Dunn.
Or just kept running different variations of plays. And I had to wait, understand the play, and then adjust afterwards. That was
to the inside. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Outside Bogdanovich.
Bam, 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 bam.
Now Murray.
Oh, whoa, he didn't pass it. What the fuck? What was that?
And here's Hunter. Right side Johnson. Clock at 4. The rebound by Markkanen. They're doing what they can do to mount a comeback.
And BA, they don't have to get it all back at once. Just focus on making every possession count.
Now here's Collins. Give him 8. Lets it go from 11. Off the left rim and out. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. This is the most they've led, 13 points.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a
I don't even know if he can shoot like that.
And the Jazz call time here. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Dunn.
Yeah, but that's a horrendous
foul
foul.
while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Onyeka Okongwu.
Well, you love the physicality from Chris Dunn. He's willing himself to the stripe thanks to the way he goes straight into the defense on that shot.
And Grant, with the idea of league expansion, some have worried in the past that there's not enough talent to go around. You see that?
You know, quite the contrary, BA. I mean, the league's in a terrific place for talent, and there's definitely the depth for more teams to join the fray.
To stop the run, that went off the back iron and out.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Outside.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And here's Hunter from the arc. And the Hawks with another 3.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game. That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Stop space.
Hey, Brian, the Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, but now they're looking to return to contention. Trae Young said, quote, "We'll be all right. It's really just about us, taking care of what we can control and making sure we're ready every night. But if we get into a rhythm, it'll take care of itself." Brian?
Yeah, great point. All right, Allie, thank you.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Beautiful.
On the wing, Murray. Back to Bogdanovich. Just 3 to shoot. Pass to Johnson.
I don't know how to space. I don't know how to space each other out.
And now the Jazz on the run in transition. Here's Markkanen. The shot no good. Good D by Murray.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Sinks the tray.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And Lauri Markkanen, good for 3. Markkanen's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, after netting 1 in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Outside Murray. Pass to Hunter. Now Murray.
Space the fuck out.
Now here's Okongwu. Back to Bogdanovich. Left side Murray. Puts it up from 17. No good. A bit long that
Why are
time.
y'all niggas crowding each other?
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Yeah, sharp feed by Collins. His coaches want more of that from him.
Second personal foul.
You know, when analyzing the game of Colin Sexton, this is a guy who can score from all 3 levels, Grant.
You know, this is what his team has asked him to do, to be aggressive on offense and to shoot the ball with confidence too, BA.
Here's Matthews. Offline from the high post. George with it. No points so far. Markkanen left side. Capella on the double team. The three from Sexton. Rebound Atlanta. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Pass to Forrest. Here's Matthews. Here's Fernando. Off with the layup.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. More 2K action in just a moment. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Utah with the ball. Pass to Markkanen. The three is up. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator. I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Markkanen outside. Picked it out of midair. Out on his own on the break. Here's Forrest. And he converts the layup.
And that nice steal was able to get their break going in a hurry.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
Well, from broadcasting to team ownership, heading USA basketball, Grant, what drives you to do so much these days?
Well, BA, I'm an active guy, and I had a great playing career, but the things I wasn't able.
Rico in after that one. Yep. I hit the nigga straight in the face with a fucking bench shooter. Just did a step back into the three.